Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you can't sleep at night and you're embarrassed about your credit card debt, I'm going to show you a strategy and some of the best institutions that will be able to help you restructure that debt so that you can get your life back. Now, here's the thing about it. The first institution we're talking about is BCU. This is Baxter Credit Union, all right? And as you can see here, they offer a credit card with 0% interest on purchase and balance transfers for up to 12 months. Now, that's not the big part about this. The interesting part about this is because they use a Vantage TransUnion score. So many of us, when we're thinking about our credit score, we would go to these free institutions or companies that give us like our credit score because we bank with them, right? But those are Vantage scores, and they're usually giving you your TransUnion Vantage score. So when you go to Credit Karma, that's the score you're going to look at, the TransUnion Vantage score. Now, the reason that you want to start with these low-hanging fruit institutions to be able to get the funding or to get new credit cards and stuff to help get out of debt, because you'll be able to not only raise your credit score, but to be able to get access to more capital as well. Now, that being said, way to join BCU is you can join the Employment, Community, Charter, Family, or Life Money U organization. Now, with the Life Money U organization, they charge $5, but they will waive that $5 for you. Now, by the way, your Vantage score may be very different from your FICO score. So that's the reason that I'm telling you these are the institutions you want to join, because these are your low-hanging fruit institutions. All right, these are your tier 3 funding institutions. All right, another institution you want to take a look at. This is Veridian. Now, Veridian does not offer any zero balance transfer cards. However, it does use TransUnion. As you can see here, they use TransUnion Vantage 3. Now, here's the thing about it. I continue to tell you guys, the reason you want to use institutions that are Vantage 3 institutions is because you can add your rent payments, utilities, subscriptions, as well as authorized users in order to boost up that credit score. Now, the difference between your Vantage and your FICO is that especially your FICO 8 scores, your FICO 8 scores does not count in your rent, your subscriptions, your authorized users, and your utility bills. They do not count those in. So that's the reason when you apply for like a Chase card or a Bank of America card and they turn you down, it's because they're using a FICO 8. So that's the reason you don't want to use those institutions when trying to get out of credit card debt. You want to use these institutions. Here's another credit union. This is Security Service Federal Credit Union. Why is this credit union so important? Well, again, with their balance transfer card, it's only 6 months on purchases and balance transfer. However, they have a checking line of credit. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. They have a checking line of credit up to $40,000 that you can get approved for, and that does not report on your credit. Okay? So even if you max out that checking line of credit, long as you don't default on it, it will not report on your credit. That's the reason. I'm going to make a full video about this credit union, but that's one of the great things about it. And it's a TransUnion Vantage 3 scoring credit union. Here's NASA Credit Union. Many of you are familiar with NASA Credit Union, but one thing that many of us are not aware of, that NASA Credit Union no longer uses a mortgage score, all right, to look at your score. They switched over to Vantage 4. Now, here's the thing about it with the Vantage 4 that's different from the Vantage 3. Like your judgments, medical bills, 10, 15 inquiries within a 14-day period or whatever, it only counts as one on your Vantage 4. So the data metrics are much easier to work with in terms of helping you get approved. And with NASA, they actually not only do pre-approvals, but they give you higher limits. And again, like I said, it's Advantage 4. Now, in terms of like balance transfer type of cards and stuff, they don't offer the best balance transfer cards. However, because it is Advantage 4, it's much easier card to get to where you possibly can still transfer that balance from a high interest rate credit card over to. Here's a credit card that I would definitely tell you guys to look at. This is PenFed. Now with PenFed, the best credit card they have is this gold card for 15 months on purchases and balance transfer. This is one of the best credit cards. A lot of people look at PenFed and they look at for as like points credit cards. When you're trying to get out of debt, you want a credit card that you're able to transfer your balance so you're not paying any interest that'll save you more money that you can apply toward paying down the balance. That's the reason that you want this card. Now again, PenFed did something that a lot of people are still excited about. And what they end up doing is all of these credit cards, you can see if you pre-qualify for them. Okay, now here's my thing. I always tell people, especially with PenFed, if you have bad credit, there's a few things that I would tell you to do. That's open up a checking account, a savings account, and maybe a money market or a CD account. The reason is that way you can show them that you're building a relationship. Now, if I have bad credit, I would not immediately apply for a credit card with them. The reason is you have a higher chance of denial. I would probably wait at least 90 days. Now, if you're coming out of a bankruptcy, it's usually about 6 months, and they will give you an unsecured credit card. All right, so that's the reason that they're here, because they give you 15 months. Here's another thing I want to tell you about PenFed credit cards. They use Equifax FICO 9. So the same situation that you have with the Vantage scoring system for adding rent payments, utilities, subscriptions, and authorized users, they use the FICO 9 scoring that actually helped you build up the credit score. As the next institution you want to go after is US Bank. Why US Bank, even though they're a major bank? Well, they use a FICO 9 scoring. All right, usually it's TransUnion. Now, the best credit cards they have when you're trying to get out of debt, you want to look at this here US Bank Cash Plus Visa Signature card that give you 0% for 15 months, or you want to look at this here Platinum card that gives you 21 months. So they have two cards that can help get you out of credit card debt. Now, here's the thing about it. If you're in a region that they don't offer US Bank credit cards, what you want to do, you want to go to their sister credit cards, all right? Now, with their sister credit cards, which is Elan Financial, all right, they also use TransUnion FICO 9 scoring as well. Now, here's the catch to it. Some of your credit unions, even your local credit unions, they may issue a card, but it's issued through Elan Financial, and you may not even have to become a member of the credit union to actually apply for these cards. But these are the type of cards that they offer, okay? So they have a rewards, a max cash, a platinum secured card. So you have multiple options with them, all right? And like I said, you can go through banks as well as credit unions to get access to these here cards also. So even with your local credit union, they may issue the Elan credit cards, and most of the time they use TransUnion FICO 9. Here's the card that I'm excited about. This is Wells Fargo, okay? Yes, it is a major bank, but again, with Wells Fargo, they use FICO 9. All right, most of the time they would use your experience. Sometimes they may pull TransUnion depending on the region. But like for the Wells Fargo Reflect, see here, 21 months on purchases and balance transfers. This is one of the best cards on the market, okay? This is one of the best cards on the market, okay? Because it uses a FICO 9 scoring. All right, if you're trying to get out of debt, You trying to transfer your balance? And I'll tell you something else about this here card that I like. They would actually send you checks to liquidate the card. So say that you in a financial bind and you actually need the cash or whatever, they actually send you checks where you can actually liquidate the card. As well as US Bank, they do the same thing. They will send you checks to liquidate the card if you need to. All right. Now, the next institution is PNC. All right. Now, here's the thing about it, PNC. They have a credit card, as you can see here, that's 15 billing cycles as well. Now, with PNC, again, is another one of those financial institutions that use Experian FICO 9. Okay, I'm trying to give you the easiest credit cards and easiest institutions you want to be with in order to get funding. There's another reason that I'm telling you about these here credit cards, and I'm going to share that with you in a minute when you're trying to get out of debt. All right. Now, the next one is BMO. Now, with BMO, they are a FICO 8. All right. However, again, they have a TransUnion balance transfer card. As you can see here, 15 months. 15 months of zero interest. This is very exciting. And again, like I said, because it's TransUnion, TransUnion is like one of the easiest credit bureaus that you can build up. All right, so that's the reason that I would go for this here card. Now, here's the other institution. It's a credit union, and this is USAA. Most of their credit cards, as you can see here, 15 months on American Express credit card, 15 months on the Visa credit card. That's the reason that I like them, because they actually offer cards with zero balance on purchases and balance transfer. Now, the challenge with them is getting to join, because it's definitely military family related type of thing. So if your grandfather has been in the military but deceased, you can tell them that your grandfather has been in the military, but they probably ask for a DD-214. All right. Now, for those of you that's still struggling to get out of debt, I always tell you the first thing you do, especially if you work in a job, you want to go to your HR and you want to request to file exempt. You want to file exempt up to 4 months. That way they can stop taking taxes out of your check. By them stop taking taxes out of your check, that's going to give you a boost of income. Now, once you have that boost of income, what you want to do, and this is very important, you want to look at all of your accounts, your credit card accounts, loans and stuff, and your revolving accounts, which mainly is your credit cards. You want to set them up from smallest to largest. Don't miss any payments. Make the minimum payments on all the other ones, and you focus on paying off the smallest, and then you go to the next credit card. The reason you want to go from smallest to large, because it'll give you a faster jump in your credit score. So that way you can request higher limits. Now, again, the reason that I chose these Vantage 3, Vantage 4, FICO 9 cards, the reason that you want to go for those, because these institutions, again, most of the time, they may offer a loan, they may offer a line of credit that will be able to help you pay down some of this debt much faster. Also, if you're with an institution or working with an institution that offers you 401ks, you may see, can you take a loan from your 401k to pay down some of your credit card debt. Paying down that credit card debt, again, boosts up your credit score, get higher limits. It'll make it much easier for you to manage because you're saving money, okay? Now, if you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.